This is Mega Mike the Movie Man here. You're in the correct spot if you love talking about movies, enjoy going out to the movie theaters, enjoy watching movies at home, collecting physical media. You are in the right channel for that. We do movie reviews, occasionally some movie news. We will review physical media for both newer releases and older classic catalog titles as well. So stay tuned for that. Now, today's review is going to be on my second favorite movie of the year, Halloween Kills. Wow, this movie is such a fun, entertaining roller coaster ride. It is very exciting. It starts off and it keeps going throughout the entire movie. And what they get right in this movie is the most important things. It's not a perfect movie. There are some things in there that are kind of questionable, but it gets right what it needs to get right. Michael Myers is brutal in this movie. He is the villain of the story. This is his movie. This movie is like an Infinity War movie, right? Where Thanos is the villain. In this movie, Michael Myers is the villain, and this is his story. He is going on a rampage. There are a lot of kills throughout the movie, a lot of blood, a lot of gore. The kills are very creative, very different, things you've never seen before in a horror movie. I'm like, wow, okay, that's disturbing. But it keeps going. It keeps going throughout the entire movie, keeps you looking at the screen. So getting that character right, most important part of the movie, I believe they got Michael Myers correct. Now, for the other characters in the movie, they're okay. They make a lot of not smart choices, but that makes sense because it's a horror movie, and you wouldn't have a horror movie if there weren't characters making not smart choices. So the characters kind of become a mob and they start trying to hunt down Michael Myers. You see the characters Cameron, Karen, Allison, they have more to do in this movie, which is nice to see. Then you see other characters from the past brought back, which I thought was really interesting and wasn't expecting, like Tommy Doyle, Lindsay Wallace, the nurse from the original movie. So that was interesting element to add to the mob as well. And then you have some other side characters in there uh, that just add to the mob not making very smart choices. Now, Laurie Strode does take a backseat in this movie. She is healing in the hospital, so she doesn't have as much screen time. She does have some speaking moments, more philosophical moments when she's talking to Hawkins in the hospital, but that's pretty much it. She doesn't really get any action sequences within this movie. And so the story of this movie, like I said, very simple. It's the mob trying to hunt down Michael Myers, but then it gets, like I said, philosophical, tying that in with the mob mentality. And you even have Laurie Strode saying, hey, the true curse of Michael Myers is the fear that he can bring onto a town. And so then you get kind of this side story with this mental patient express that idea of mob mentality, which I thought was kind of weird and out of place a little bit, but I get what they were trying to do with it, with the philosophical element of it. However, I could have probably gone without that whole sequence entirely, but I get what they were trying to do with it. But I just don't know if they did the best job with it. And so you have this movie, Michael Myers is going throughout, like I said, rampaging through town, right? And spoiler warning, he's rampaging through town. He's trying to get to his childhood home. They're hunting him down. And like I said, it is brutal throughout the entire movie, all the way to the ending sequence. Eventually, the mob does catch him after a really interesting sequence where Karen takes off his mask and kind of does like a sting operation, and the mob gets him. And you think, oh, the mob's going to take him out finally, right? It's going to be the end of Michael Myers. However, no, Michael Myers does get back up and takes out the entire mob, and then finishes with going back to the house and taking out Karen for the ending sequence. I don't like how they made Michael Myers supernatural again. I feel like they could have done those sequences and had him still win, but without making him so supernatural. So I did enjoy how it ended because it made sense for this movie being the dark movie, right? Kind of the Empire Strikes Back of this trilogy, where Michael Myers is going to win in this one. However, I just wish they did it without making him supernatural. But overall, I did enjoy the story as a whole. And there's some great Easter eggs in this movie. I liked how they brought the Halloween 3 mask, the silver shamrock mask, into the movie. I thought that was really interesting. Also, the music in this movie is great. It's, kind of like a remix, different version of the original Halloween score. So that's entertaining throughout. And then I did like the comedic elements they did place in this movie. It wasn't too much, it wasn't overwhelming, but it just kind of gave you a relief from a certain intensity just for a little while so you could breathe. And that was with the characters Little John and Big John. I thought they were hilarious when they were on screen, so they were a great addition to the film, in my opinion. And so, overall, great movie. Think it was a perfect installment to this new Halloween trilogy. I highly recommend you go out to theaters to see it. Very entertaining. And that will do it for today's movie review of Halloween Kills. Please like the video, leave a comment if you have an opinion. Make sure you subscribe for new content and new reviews weekly. And this is Mega Mike here, reminding you to make every day a movie day.